Hi everyone, welcome to week 6 of our course on action research. Again, I want to commend everybody. I think you're actively staying engaged with the class, and that's really important. I know when you're dealing with research, sometimes that doesn't happen, but you guys seem to be really engaged and working on this very hard. So I appreciate your effort, and we'll just kind of keep plodding along. This week in our course, really what I'm going to go over is kind of developing the action research plan, developing the project, and going through some more of those steps specifically. And I'm going to do a pretty big chunk of it this week because the parts of the project are a little bit smaller, and you're already working on several of the parts. So I think you'll I think you'll be fine. For if there's one thing that I want you to keep in mind, it's kind of the assignments that are coming up and so forth. I do realize that your article critique is due this week. Actually, I'm going to come over here and actually go to that page on assignments. But the research article critique that you're working on, this is the one that will be due. Several of you have sent me kind of pieces of it, and they're looking good. Again, make sure you point out the strengths and the weaknesses, and please look at the assignment rubric so that you do have the parts covered in terms of how, I'll go back and grade it. If you're wondering, well, I wonder how many strengths I should do and how many weaknesses, it's not like I have this thermometer exactly, but I really like you to at least think about highlighting what do you think are 3 strengths and at least 3 weaknesses. That pushes you, especially on the weaknesses, because if the article is published, it should be perfect, right? Well, that's not usually the case. So use that as a gauging point. But again, as long as you've written it up and kind of justified why you think those are the strengths and the weaknesses, you're just fine. So do remember that is one of the ones that we're working on. And that one is due on Tuesday. Again, if you're running behind, let me know. The other one that I don't want you to forget about now is your identifying an area of focus, or your area of focus statement, and your research questions. Now, what I do realize is I have these to get back to some of you. I apologize it's taken me so long. I'm trying to give pretty thorough feedback on these as a first draft, and so those of you that have gotten it back already probably, I hope, can attest to the others that I'm trying to give you. In fact, I'm doing written feedback, and I'm doing some oral feedback as well, or audio feedback. And so I know I have to get those back to you ASAP so that you can work on them to give me a second draft for next week. And so again, it's not that everybody has to have them back again in a week, but if you can kind of keep to that timeline, that would be great, especially the ones that have gotten my feedback as well. The other one, so again, look in that area. Those are the 2 that are kind of looming with us. The other one is the literature review. Again, keep reading, kind of keep putting that together. Remember, the literature review is actually the assignment that you're doing to that will work with your actual lit review that you will put in your project. So you're not doing it as like a practice one for me. This is the one that will actually be used. But it's not like you can start writing that until you've read some of the literature and start synthesizing what have others done before. The other thing that I'm giving you this week is I'm actually giving you your action research project outline And I don't want to freak you out on this one, but this is really kind of the last major assignment that I give in the course. So week 6, now you basically have all the major assignments that you're going to have in this course, because the action research project and then with that the presentation is going to be outlined in this file. And I once again give you kind of the layout of this paper, okay, that you'll be doing. And as you can see now, this week in the presentation, I'm going to be talking specifically about the first 6. You've actually already been working on 3, 4, and 5. 5, maybe you don't have anything written yet, but you've certainly read some things about it. And now I'm going to add that first 1, 2, and 6. And then as the weeks follow, I'll be talking more about these later ones that you'll be working on. So that assignment is out there now. Do on the grading checklist, just to note, you guys, on this one, I don't really do a rubric for your final project. It is more of a checklist. So keep that in mind as you're going through it. And you will have a final presentation. I'll talk more about the final presentation as we get to it. I don't think you're interested in that right now, but at least you know it's out there. You will be giving a final presentation. We will be doing those more online, and again, we'll talk about more of the specifics of that as we get closer. Okay, so I think that's where we are in week 6. If you have any questions, let me know. This week, Joni and Brenda posted a couple of really good questions for clarification. I hope I was able to respond and clarify those for you and others. But if others have other questions that they need, that would be the place to post those. I think I'd rather give one answer rather than 21 different answers. But again, we can use that area for other things as well. So with that, I think I will leave you, and hopefully things are going well for you, and we can start really rolling up our sleeves here and getting into that action research project. So you guys have a good week, and if you have any questions at all, please let me know. Okay? Thanks.